This is the official opening press conference for BKFC 19, which will be taking place live on the BKTV app on July 23rd from the Florida State Fairgrounds in Tampa, Florida. And as you can see, we have got an all-star panel. Once again, we'd like to recognize the president of BKFC, Mr. David Feldman. And we have so many important matches that are going to be taking place. I say matches when we should be saying fights. So many important fights that are going to be taking place on July 23rd at the Florida State Fairgrounds. Firstly, I would like to recognize who's going to be taking on Cassie Robb. She was victorious at possibly one of the greatest bare-knuckle fights in BKFC history. Please welcome Taylor Killer Bee Starling. And in a blockbuster fight, Jenny Savage is definitely going to have her hands full with the victorious at Knucklemania, Britain 4.0 Hart. And our main event, ladies and gentlemen, goes beyond history in the making. 2 years ago, these warriors met inside the cage. This time, July 23rd, the gloves come off. Firstly, I'd like to recognize she literally broke the internet with her debut in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, one of the most anticipated bare knuckle debuts in the history of the sport. 12-gauge Paige VanZant. And her opponent across the squared circle, another longtime MMA fighter who is happily making her BKFC debut on July 23rd. We're going to see if we can settle the score. Rachael Ostovich. But in addition to that, ladies and gentlemen, we are introducing a new element to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. As most of you know, the fight world is changing so dramatically, and we have so many different types of celebrities that are starting to throw their hats into the ring. We have a new addition to BKFC 19, and it's taking place in the form of the Platform Showdown. And that is going to be showcasing top social media influencers that are going to throw their hat into the squared circle, and they're going to see what they've got. To explain that a little bit more, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. David Feldman.
What's up, guys? Thank you so much for coming out. I'm super excited about BKFC 18. First of all, as you saw the weigh-in, this is going to be one hype event. Make sure you tune into the Bare Knuckle TV app tomorrow night at 7:30 right here at the Seminole Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida. It's amazing to be here. It's amazing the hype that this sport is getting. And now, look, I mean, does it look like we're promoting a bare knuckle fight up here? This is crazy. So let me talk a little bit about the Platform Showdown. So first of all, we're launching two things with the Platform Showdown. We're launching the Platform Showdown. We're launching our new partner, which is OnlyFans Combat Sports. And we're going to talk more about that later on. OnlyFans has 150 million users, and they want to get into the combat sports business, and we want followers, so it was a perfect partnership for us. So we're going to do OnlyFans Combat Sports for July 23rd event. Again, I will talk more about that later. And then we have a new partnership with a cryptocurrency called Yummy Crypto. And the reason why we partner with Yummy Crypto is because they are a charitable crypto. Hey, guys, can you quiet down a little bit? You! So we have a charitable crypto. It's called Yummy Crypto. And the charity that we are donating, so they're actually going to donate $10,000, and we're going to raise over $250,000 for this charity. It's actually someone that's really close to my home. I grew up with his father. He fell tragically on a train track, and he got electrocuted. He lost both of his arms, and he lost his foot. So Yummy Crypto is going to help us raise money, and they're going to start by donating $10,000 to that charity. So we're also donating. That's where we go into the Platform Showdown, because the Platform Showdown is something a little different. We have some very, very well-known social media influencers and a hip-hop star on the card. And we are going to donate a portion of the proceeds of the ticket sales and the app sales to that charity as well. So that's going to be unbelievable. Now let's go into BKFC 19, the card. So, you know, we have never done this before, where we have two women's fights as the main event and co-main event on this card. And some people might be confused as why Britain Hart fought Paige VanZant and why Paige VanZant is the main event again. But I mean, we are in a business now, and everybody is in here. We want to be able to pay the fighters well and make money. So we do it with draws, and we think that this fight between Rachael Ostovich and Paige VanZant is a great draw to draw a lot of eyeballs into our sport and into this event, so everybody's able to make some good money up here. And I want all these girls that were up here to be able to, you know, live off of what they make here, because bare knuckle fighting is the fastest growing combat sport in the world. And these girls, but the crazy thing about it is these beautiful women up here are leading the charge for bare knuckle fighting. Who would have ever thought that? Unbelievable. Let's give it up for these four young ladies. So in one of our feature bouts of the evening, we have one half of the fighter tonight from our Knuckle Mania card, and that's Taylor Starling. Taylor came in there, did the most epic walkout I've ever seen. Came in there and just really, literally fought her ass off with Krista Sigula for 5 rounds. It was one of the best women's fights, really one of the best bare knuckle fights I've ever saw. So we were dying to bring Taylor back. She's recovered from an injury she had, and she'll be facing Robb on June 23rd. And then we turn over to the co-main event of the evening, a girl who's been with us for a while. She's a gritty girl. She fought for me a long time ago in boxing, and it's Britain Hart. As a lot of you guys know Britain Hart out there, I'd like to give it up for Britain Hart. Britain Hart will be battling Jenny Savage in the co-main event of BKFC 19. And then in the main event, we go to first-time bare knuckle fighter. Again, a rematch of a UFC fight that they had. First-time bare knuckle fighter from Hawaii, Rachael Ostovich, will be taking on as everybody knows, don't need no introduction here, Paige VanZant. So I'm really psyched about this card. We have 4 social media influencer matches. We have 11 bare knuckle fights. It's going to be one of the best combat sports events of this summer. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, Dave. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to turn over to the press conference to a very familiar face. He is one half of our dynamic commentary team. I truly believe that we have got the best commentary team in combat sports, and that one half is Mr. Sean Wheelock.
Thank you, Jeff. I don't like mic podiums. I like to talk this way. So before we talk to the outstanding female 125-pounders on the stage, David Feldman, a question for you. A full commitment to the female 125-pound division in bare knuckle fighting championship. It's not just built around one fighter. You see from the talent up here, it's built around a number of world-class fighters.
You know, Sean, it's not that I just came out and said, you know, let's build up this 125-pound division. They earned it. I mean, these girls, every one of them came off and literally fought their asses off and gave some of the best fights, really, that we ever saw in all of combat sports, and especially in bare knuckle fighting. So, you know, it's my pleasure that we're growing the women's division, and especially the 125-pound division.
We're going to ask questions to our panelists, and then we will take questions from the assembled media. Brian Sosha right here has the microphone, so if you have a question, find Brian Sosha for the assembled media, please. We're going to start with Paige VanZant. Paige, when you signed at BKFC from the UFC, I know you heard from a lot of people in the industry asking you, why were you making this decision? In retrospect now, can you talk about this decision that you made?
Yeah, okay, so I made the decision for a few reasons. Obviously, they were a great organization. I love the conversations that I had with BKFC. And ultimately, I'm a combat sports athlete, and it didn't matter what if there was gloves, no gloves, Muay Thai, kickboxing, MMA, didn't matter. I just wanted to fight, and I feel like I have that, back home dirty mentality, and this is the perfect place for me. I might not look like it, but inside of me is a psychopath, and this is where I feel like I can show that off.
The other half of our main event next month, BKFC 19 here in the state of Florida. Paige VanZant versus Rachael Ostovich. Rachael coming to BKFC like Paige VanZant from the UFC. The fact that you have so many talented women fighters, 125 pounds, did that influence your decision to sign with BKFC?
Well, first of all, I want to say hello. Thank you guys for having me tonight. Aloha. As for your question, yeah, a lot of great, talented, not only women, but male athletes as well. And I'm excited to be a part of this growing sport.
Thank you, Rachael. Britain Hart was part of Knuckle Mania in our main event versus Paige VanZant in February, also here in the great state of Florida. Britain, there are life-changing moments for people. I know your life changed in February, Super Bowl weekend at Knuckle Mania. Can you talk about what your life has been like since that fight?
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold it. It's gonna be easier. But yeah, my life has absolutely changed, and kind of even sitting next to Rachael and sitting next to some new friends and family members and just fans in general when they hear my story. I can talk about being in the gym, sleeping out of my car, making the decision to have money and rent my house out when my life fell apart in 2016. And boxing really saved me. I slept out of my car. I had to count change to get gas to go to the gym. I got to travel to amazing places and take in the gift that they gave me that taught me how to really fight, to really box. I didn't go to places like America Top Team or, Fancy Islands or anything like that. I went to the hood, the streets, and got the gift they had to offer me there. And now, here I am in Miami. I'm at Boxar Studios, where I'm still treated like family. And I wake up every day with a support system, a man beside me. I don't have to count change for gas anymore. I eat really good. As you guys can see, I've gained a lot of muscle. So you know what? I don't know. I'm catching up to you, Paige. So I'm ready for this new adventure, my new life. And everyone's going to see it July 23rd.
Thank you, Britain. The tempo of the night at Knuckle Mania back in February on Super Bowl weekend was set by one fight. It is still a buzzworthy fight. It is a Fight of the Year candidate across all combat sports in 2021. Taylor Starling versus Charissa Sigala. Taylor, when I commentated in Japan, they talked about warrior spirit. That was warrior spirit. What are your memories from that great fight?
Honestly, I felt like I wasn't doing enough for that fight. I just remember being in there and how hard it was. When you come in there as a debuter, you don't know what to expect. And it was worse than I thought it was going to be, but not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And I just had to push through all 5 rounds. And you have to truly be a warrior to be in there.
Again, all 4 of these outstanding fighters will be a big part of our BKFC 19 card next month here in Florida. Paige, you, of course, fought Rachael Ostovich in the UFC. What is your mindset now coming into this rematch, but in a completely different sport, a completely different organization?
Yeah, for me, it is a completely different sport, right? Like, I know I beat her in the UFC by armbar, but now it's completely different. This is boxing, and I've been training ever since I fought Britain. I've been in the boxing gym training my ass off, and I'm looking forward to that fight one more time. But more than anything, I'm looking forward to this fight, and I'm going to put on a performance to watch.
Rachael, you come from a great fighting family in Hawaii. Your dad is a pioneer MMA Hawaiian fighter. Your brother fought as well. What have you heard from your family about making this transition to bare knuckle?
Well, at first, like everyone, they're like, "What are you doing? Why are you gonna do that for?" And I'm like, "Nah, we got this." Like Paige, we're martial artists and we fight with 4-ounce gloves. What's bare knuckle? We got this.
There's tremendous respect for these 4 phenomenal fighters on the dais, but Britain, I know you don't necessarily share that level of respect with your opponent on our July BKFC 19 card, Jenny Savage. In Miami in November, there was a ring invasion. There was a moment with you and Jenny Savage. What are your emotions now going into this fight?
I'm honestly, I can't wait for that fight. Because I do take it personal and want to show that, I really earned that and stepped up. And it's kind of like even right now, I'm pissed off. Like with this event that we're announcing as the main event being Paige against Rachael. You know, I just whooped Paige's ass, and this girl hasn't even towed the line yet. And so now I'm kind of pissed off that I have to fight some low-level girl that show that I fucking earn a place to be here. And you know what? We can say all the things we want to, and you know what? We can say we're gonna come, that we're gonna come for the boobies, but you're gonna stay for the real fighters. And you know what? I'm gonna stay for the real fighters.
Taylor, you will be fighting Cassie Robb on the BKFC 19 card. That's called a segue in broadcasting. Do you feel the pressure of expectation, not just to win after your great fight versus Charissa Segala, but to have another fight of the night, fight of the year performance?
I would be lying if I said there wasn't pressure. I mean, with all great things come pressure. My life changed overnight, just like Britain's. It was something that I knew what I was capable of. And once it happened and all switched overnight, it was wild. So I definitely feel the pressure, but I'm one of those people that performs well under pressure. I love pressure. If no pressure, no diamond. Isn't that what they say? So let's go. I'm ready.
We're now going to take questions from the assembled media. There is Brian Sosha. Alert Brian Sosha. He will get you the microphone and ask questions for the people on our panel.
Thank you, Sean. We have Mission Accomplished podcast. What's your question, my man? What's your name? And
my name is Kyle Mish from Mission Accomplished. It's for Paige. Paige, do you feel like you have a mental edge going into your second fight, especially having a victory over Rachael in the past?
Yeah, you know, I think there's definitely something to be said about, you know, me beating her in the past, but at the same time, it's a completely different sport. And yeah, fighting is 99% mental, and I'm going to go into the fight with that confidence, but I also respect her so much in that fight. I know how hard she hits. I know how hard she's training, so it's going to be a tough fight, but yeah, I'm definitely very confident about this fight.
I got one more question for Taylor. I honestly couldn't hear anything you just said. Do you feel the same way about them being the main event that Britain feels?
I mean, I understand both sides of it, but it does suck when, you know, you've earned your way. Hey, guys, if you could, like, let us talk, that'd be great. But I understand the money aspect of it and what they bring to the table, but at the same time, there are people, like Britain's been in here for a while. I just had a fight of the night. I think there's two sides to every story. But I do think that, like, I could be main event, Britain could be main event. I mean, it's just the way that it goes. You keep climbing to the top, and we'll be there. We'll be there. All I know is I want there to be a belt fight to come out of this card. I want there to be a women's champion. I want to be the first women's champion, so I'm going to put that one out there. But I think after this, the women's division is stacked, and we need a women's champion for Bare Knuckle FC.
Continue on with media questions.
all right, I think we have one more here.
So I think a lot of us know that in combat sports, women tend to pick up the techniques faster than men because they don't have to unlearn like bad techniques that they think they know how to fight. So can you talk a little bit about how easy your transition was into combat sports?
I did not hear anything.
Yeah, like women pick things up faster, your transition into combat sports. For anybody?
Well, I can say this. I kind of couldn't really hear you, but women, we're like Paige said, we all have a psychopath in us. We if you know when you're born to fight, you go in there and you scrap and you pick it up real quick. If you want to fight, there's no option but to pick it up really quick.
The question, and Paige and Rachael, you answered too. The question was the transition, and I believe you. Sorry, it's tough to hear. I believe you asked about. Re-ask your question, please.
What I was mentioning was that women tend to pick up the technique faster than men because men have to unlearn bad technique, and women kind of come in with a clear mind. So I was just.
Yeah, so coming from, I grew up with a dance background, and then transitioning over to MMA, I do feel like there are certain aspects of it where women do know their bodies a little bit better, and they're able to really break things down. I think men step into the gym initially with more of just like the aggressive mentality, whereas we're taking it a little bit more analytically. So you do see a lot of women that are pulling through and becoming really good martial artists and really good fighters.
Rachael?
I think it's different for everyone. Everyone's different. learn and how they pick up stuff. So I think it's really on that person and how bad they want it and how focused they are, and consistency is key, basically.
We've got, once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is another thing that's the history in the making about our Platform Showdown. Our influencers will be taking center stage in just a few moments. Once again, we'd like to thank our panelists, and we'll be right back once again with the second half of our press conference about the Platform Showdown BKFC 19. This is round number 2 of our opening press conference for BKFC 19, July 23rd, Florida State Fairgrounds, Tampa, Florida. But now, we turn the tide away from the bare knuckle fighters, and we try something a little new with the introduction of the BKFC Platform Showdown. Social media influencers and celebrities, they're going to give the squared circle a try. They're going to see what's up. And we are so excited to bring a new dynamic to the world of bare knuckle fighting championship. First off, I would like to recognize Evil Hero and Dakota Olave. I'd also like to recognize YouTube sensation Nick Ireland and TikTok star DK Money. And this is a big one, ladies and gentlemen. This one is going to be a big one because we have got, this man is recognized from one side of the planet to the other, hip-hop star Blueface. And quite possibly the best smile in BKFC, bar none, our TikTok star, Mr. Kane Trujillo. Now, before we turn the microphone over to my awesome colleague, Sean Wheelock, we would like to recognize a presence joining us here this afternoon at the Entice Ultra Lounge. This is a man who has made more sacrifices for the world of combat sports than almost any two people combined. His time in the octagon, his time in the cage, his time in the squared circle, whatever fighting surface that this man has chosen to step into, he has made it his home. And he's probably one of the most dynamic fighters to ever put the 4-ounce gloves. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship would like to thank and recognize, joining us here today, the one and only Diego Nightmare Sanchez. We thank you for everything that you have done for the world of combat sports. It is fighters like you that Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship has a platform. Thank you. Okay. What's up? All right. Come on up, sir. Right back here. Ladies and gentlemen, he's going to get on the mic and say hello to us in a few words. Once again, Diego Nightmare Sanchez.
What's up, 305? What's up, Miami? This microphone ain't too good. You know, this guy's making it sound good. But I just want to say, shout out to the 305, all the fighters. Baboon, the champ, he's bringing it. The belt. We got Hector Lombard bringing it. We got the 305 champions coming in. What a great card. Dave and, man, I can't lie. I'm excited about that other main event. But anyways, great main event tonight. I mean, tomorrow night we got a great card. I'm so excited. It's going to be a bloodbath for some guys. It's going to be some wars, some battles, but we're in store for some entertainment, and I'm excited to be here. If I ever get into the BKB, yeah, it would be fun. I never really liked the gloves in the UFC anyway. So I think it's better. You know, you got to pick your shots. You got to be smarter. And so, no. We got to probably do a boxing fight first. Warm these hands up. We're gonna see. We're gonna keep everything open. But I like Dave, and Dave's a good man, and you know he flew me out here. And it ain't the first time he's flown me out. Dave's a solid guy, and I appreciate that. You guys, BK, bare knuckle. Hey, you see him? Legend, you see him? Zoom in. Zoom in. Bare knuckle, baby. Thank you, sir.
All right, let's hear it one more time for Diego Nightmare Sanchez. And as custom, I'm turning over the mic to my main man, Mr. Sean Wheelock.
Thanks again to Jeff Houston. Dave, so this is a different look for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship as we go into BKFC 19 next month. Of course, tomorrow it's BKFC 18 here at Hard Rock Live in Hollywood, Florida. David, first to you, if you'll talk about the people on the dais and what we have to look forward to this new initiative from Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship.
Well, you know, Sean, as we built this thing with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, you know, we started something new. We started a trend, and the trend, you know, was something that a lot of other people around the world followed. So when something works, people follow it. And the social media fighting right now, these influencers, it's working. It's bringing new eyeballs. So I'm doing it twofold. Onefold, we're raising money for a great charity. But twofold is these young kids are a demographic. And these guys that are fighting, they're going to bring new fans to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, because I know that once every one of these guys' fans watches Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, they'll tune in time and time again. So that was really the method to this madness.
So we're going to go across the dais. We'll start with you. Tell us why Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship.
Hello to, okay, right there. So, never really much of a fighter, but I've always wanted to learn to fight. And Stuart over there talks a lot of shit. And when he hit me up and said I can actually do this on camera in front of so many eyes, I had to do it. Perfect opportunity.
Yeah, kind of same with me too. I've always been like an athlete like my entire life. So when I got this opportunity, it kind of brought me back to like my athlete days, training every single day. Like training every single day and like working towards a goal. So I had to accept.
Blueface?
I do this shit for fun. Why not get paid?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm an entertainer at the end of the day, and my guy Dave over here, I really appreciate the hell out of you for doing this for me, man. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the show.
I've been trying to get in a fight for a little bit now, and they hit me up with the opportunity, so my fans want to see it, so I'm going to put on a show.
I've always wanted to fight, and I finally get a platform to do it on. And so ever since I had a TikTok, I've seen all these TikTokers fighting, so I finally get the chance to do it. So I'm going to go out with a bang, and I'm ready to do this. I'm going to prove a point real fast.
So you and I were talking. We saw a little bit of the heat with Julian Lane and Jake Bostwick. You said you wanted to bring the heat. We'll go across the dais. Words for your opponent.
I know you're going into this thinking it's going to be easy. Look at me. I know you're going into this thinking it's going to be easy, but I'm going to bring it.
Yeah, kind of same thing he just said. I hope he's ready. He kind of got into it a little bit late, and I've been training real hard for the last like 2-3 months. So I hope he's ready.
What you're looking for? What's your message for your opponent? Tell your opponent.
My message for my opponent is I could probably whoop any one of these guys' ass sitting next to me. He's just one of them. Fuck it. Left, right, double left, double right. It doesn't matter.
I hear you, brother. Hello, hello. Can y'all hear me? All right. Yeah, man. I mean, what's up?
Y'all finna moonwalk on his ass.
No, I mean, look, Blueface, you definitely have an advantage.
Man,
how tall are you?
Shut the fuck up.
They told me to shut the
Pass the mic.
Shit.
Pass the mic.
Pass the mic.
Pass the mic.
I'm still
man.
talking, boss man.
All
What's
right,
up?
Let me hear it. What you wanna
I'm
say?
right here too, man.
What you want to say?
I'm saying anything I want to say. What's
All right,
good?
say it. What you saying?
Oh, bro. It's going to be a fun day, July 23rd.
Yeah.
July 23rd, baby. Let's fucking go.
All right.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah,
Look at me,
all right.
dog.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, all right. I can take you there, big boss. I can fucking take you there.
Take your
Remember
glasses
that.
off. Take your glasses off. Let me look me in my eyes. All right, you sweet. You sweet.
Yo, he's in for a surprise.
Look, that easy. He did what I told him to do. He's sweet. That
Quiet
easy.
down, Jonathan. Quiet down, Jonathan.
He's a
Quiet
nice guy.
down.
Yo, I thought this was influencer boxing. My dad almost has more Instagram followers than my boy I'm fighting over there. That's just facts, though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what about in the ring, though? Does it matter about the followers in the ring? Or does
We'll
that matter?
see. We'll see.
Does that matter?
We'll see.
Okay, okay.
I'm just saying. I'm just
Okay,
saying.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. We're gonna see.
Okay.
We're gonna see.
Okay.
I hope you're training.
Whoa. This got heated real quick. I just know all your fights are going to be entertaining, probably fun, maybe last, but I know mine's going to be quick and simple, really easy. I've been taking my training super, super seriously, and there's no way I'm going to lose to a guy with blue hair.
And I can't fucking wait.
So it should be really easy and fast.
I can't fucking wait to have you get your ass kicked by someone smaller than you.
By smaller? You're taller than me, though. How are you smaller?
Come here.
Huh?
Come here.
What are you gonna do?
Whoa.
Oh, no! Oh! Whoa!
No, he did it. No, he did it.
Big Baby Miller, everyone.
He sat him down. Yo.
He asked for it. He asked me to come up. What do you expect?
One of the greatest heavyweights of this generation, Big Baby Miller, with the seatbelt grip. I didn't know you knew jiu-jitsu.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
What do you say?
How you guys doing tonight?
Light work, baby. Light work.
Listen. All I gotta say is this: Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is here. It's gonna be phenomenal. It's gonna be exciting. You're gonna see a lot of blood. One of my favorite fighters is right behind me. I like this guy right here, man. He's a tough guy. He's actually made me a fan of the sport. And I want you guys to tune in. I'll be there at ringside. And you never know. I might just catch me in the ring with no gloves on. You don't know I bring them
There we
knockouts.
go.
So I actually kind of signed up to spar Blueface.
Yeah.
So we're going to see if he got some pop. But I think he going to knock Sweet Boy out, though. I don't know. So you guys got to tune in. You got to tune in. Shout out to my man Dave. Shout out to Bare Knuckle Fight Championships. It's going to be fireworks. Make sure you guys tune in. Big Baby out.
Yo.
Blueface, you need someone to talk your shit?
Hold on.
You need someone to talk your shit,
Hold on.
Blueface? Come on, bro. Yo, what's good?
Smell that?
Huh?
I smell pussy.
Your name's Jonathan Porter,
I smell
big dog.
pussy.
Why is your name Jonathan Porter? What the fuck is that?
Man, it's for a job application. That's what it's for.
Job application.
So I can make it to
What
the
the
interview.
fuck, dog?
He's going to
So
need
they
it
don't know
after
I'm
this.
black on the application. That's why.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
That's a bad
All right.
name, homie. I feel bad
Yeah.
for that name, boss.
Man.
Lorenzo Hunt is with us. He is one of the best and most accomplished fighters on the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship roster. Lorenzo, all of these people on the stage will be making their combat sports debut. What advice do you have for the six?
Oh, man. Listen, man. I know you guys are used to having fun, kicking it on YouTube and TikTok. This is not that. This is not easy money. This is not going to be sweet. You guys better be training your butts off. You guys better learn how to keep your hands up, and you better learn how to move your head. If you can fight, you can fight. If you can't, you might die in there. So just keep your hands up.
Great
and
advice.
stay away from me, because you don't want no smoke.
David Feldman, final word on what we have to look forward to in July here in Florida, July 23rd, BKFC 19.
It's just going to be an unbelievable night. As I say this before every fight, it's going to be an unbelievable night. Tomorrow night, June 26th, tune into the Bare Knuckle TV app. It's 14 bare knuckle fights. Not one of them is a boring fight. It's going to be an unbelievable night right here at the Seminole Hard Rock Hollywood. And then we move on to BKFC 19. Rachael Ostovich versus Paige VanZant. Britain Hart versus Jenny Savage. Taylor Starling versus Cassie Robb. 3 terrific women's fights to top that card. And then these influencers right here, headlined by Blueface and Kane Trujillo. It's going to be an unbelievable fight, and I'm really just looking forward to adding a new flavor to BKFC, bring new fans in here, and raise some money for a great charity.
That is the man who makes it all possible, Mr. David Feldman.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, for our fighters representing the Platform Showdown.